Now then, Family Ammo, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today we're going to be talking about Jazza's top 5 worst injuries in boxing. Not only are they physical, but they're also mental. So yeah, we're going to go through a list of what my top 5 injuries was. I've probably forgotten some of them. The same injury reoccurs sometimes, you know, could be in the left hand, could be in the right hand, could be the right foot, left foot, whatever. But yeah, my top 5 injuries. Number 1 on the list for me is broken hands, because broken hands, you're alright, but the pain can be quite harsh when you land the punch on the head and the knuckles already broken. A lot of people don't know that a broken hand isn't actually a broken hand, it's just a broken metacarpal. Is it metacarpal? a metacarpal. When it gets broken, you've got 4 of them in your hand, so you're not breaking your hand, you're only breaking 1 or 2 of the metacarpals. So it's alright, you know what I mean? You can blend it sometimes, you can tap with it on the side. If you break this knuckle here, you can tap with this side. You can throw it to the body sometimes with the fingers, so it doesn't feel like so he doesn't know you've got a broken hand. Yeah, or you can keep it in his face. You can use this side of the glove, or vice versa. If it's on this side, you can uppercut with this part of the glove. So if it's that metacarpal, you can get away with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes every broken hand is different. But for me, I had a broken hand and I had to learn how to. I couldn't throw it at all. It was very, very painful. I went for a bit of a clumsy shot in sparring. It was a blind shot, really. I felt confident, and sometimes you just let go and you think you're a bit cool, and you just throw, and you're blind. I weren't looking where I was throwing, and it was a well placed shot, because I landed right down in the middle knuckle. That's the knuckle I broke, but I landed it on top of the head. He dropped his head as I fainted in, and then brought up the middle. If I knew he was going to drop his head, but yeah, broke it bad, and I knew right away it was broken, that it was one of them. Sometimes you don't know, sometimes the adrenaline gets you through it, but I knew I broke my hand there. I'm not throwing that again, and I didn't throw for the rest of the spar. So then I had to go into the fight. After it, I had an important fight coming up, and I had to then learn how to feint with it, and then throw the other shot, and then feint, if that makes sense. So I think it was 3 fights back to back in every 8 weeks of fighting, and he had a broken hand. So I done well out of it. I beat I think it was a Commonwealth champion, won a European title, and then defended the European title against the EU European champion with the same hand. So yeah, same broken hand. So I was done well, blagging it, really didn't tell no one, and I was half throwing it as well. So yeah, that was number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list was a broken nose, and did you know I broke my nose? It's probably hard to tell, but I actually have broke my nose, and I broke my nose more times than I can even. I couldn't tell you how many times I broke my nose. It's that common now. The first time I broke it, I didn't know I broke it. It's only when I look back and I know what a broken nose feels like, I suspect, I broke my nose there. I was in a fight with Haroon Khan at the age of 15, and it was the first time I ever got a bloody nose. And when I look back now, the feeling of it, no one ever told me that's a broken nose, because I didn't complain about it. Went on to win the championships, but yeah, it was a broken nose. I know that now, but I didn't know it then. And I was getting broken noses for quite a long time before I actually knew I was getting broken noses, because your nose is not actually a bone, your nose is just gristle, isn't it? You never see a skeleton with a nose, do you? Just or he is. So yeah, this one camp I was going into fight for a British title, and I needed to fight, so I couldn't pull out, and he had a broken nose at the start of camp, and it was the winter, and every single time I sparred, the nose broke. It felt like it broke again, you know what I mean? It was halfway through healing, and a few days later I must have sparred 12 times with this broken nose, and I knew as soon as I get it now, my nose was like, in the end, my nose was like putty on my face, and it took a few shots to get used to the pain, and as afterwards adapted to the pain. So I used to go into the sparring for that camp and just think, come on, just hit me now, so I can get it out the way. And it was grim, very, very grim. To me, was it emotionally damaging? Not at all. It was just another dent in the can. That's how I see it. And it was painful though. It was painful. I was going to interviews with makeup. I was getting my beard to put makeup on my face so you couldn't tell, because he had underneath my eyes were blue, and I was wearing, is it called foundation? I might be wrong there. My beard was putting that on me before I was going for the interviews and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world emotionally, but it does hurt quite a bit. This one I pulled it. I tore me quad. Is it your quad? It's the front of your leg. I should know, shouldn't I, really? Being a sportsman and all that. If you tie a quad, I tore. Oh God, fucking hell, am I stoned here or something? I tore me quad. Is it? I fuck knows, I don't even know. You tie muscle. I can't even say it. I tore my thigh muscle years ago, and it was very, very painful. So in training, I was wearing thigh oil. I don't know if anyone's seen thigh oil. It's like a liniment, and I was strapping it up tight so it because it felt like it was gonna go, but I didn't know what was wrong with me. I had no idea what was wrong with me actually, and I was just getting through the camp, because there's a fight coming up, pointless even thinking about it, but it was getting to me in training. It was holding me back. And so on fight night, I put the liniment on, and I was forcing a pair of long what are they, like cyclist shorts, and the border control came in and said, "Who's got the liniment on? Is that you?" to me, and I said yeah, and then no, and then yeah. I thought I'd done something wrong. And he said, "Get it washed off, you're not allowed nothing on you like that." And I didn't know that, and a lot of fighters will actually learn that now. You're not allowed to wear nothing like that when it comes to fight night. And I was surprised they let me away with the cyclies, really. I think it was because he had a pair of small shorts, and I don't know why they let me. I don't know if you're allowed to wear cyclies underneath shorts, but you see them fighters wearing them like the Spartan dress type shorts, don't you? They always have the cyclies underneath that. I'm not too sure. So I'm fighting on the Ricky Hatton undercard in the, is it the MEN? I don't know what it's called now. Ricky Hatton's last fight on the undercard. I'm fighting this fella, a little fella, small he was, and like a horrible little fucker he was, and he had no balance, and he kept putting him over because he was diving in, but he was coming in off his feet, and I was just hitting him, and he was going down. He kept getting a few counts and stuff like that, and he was getting angry, and I think we wrestled each other to the ground, and before we both got up, he volleyed me up the arse. He was he volleyed me up the arse. I think he was trying to get himself thrown out of the ring because he was so frustrated he couldn't do that, so he just thought, I get myself kicked out here. So he volleyed me up the arse, and then he made him carry on. So I think he was a Nicaraguan, and he punched me in the leg, the old trick, and he punched me right on the muscle where he had the problem, and it hurt. It was painful. Fuck me. I had to hold it in. I couldn't let him know, but it was really, really painful. I was lucky it was in the last round, because I don't know what had happened. After the fight anyway, I had to hobble back to the changing rooms, and when I went home that night, the leg actually just spasmed. It went lying in bed like it like I was in the hospital, and my arm fella was running around after me, and taking care of me, but it was painful, really bad pain. I think the muscle must have, I don't know what has happened. I've still got a scar there now, a bubble on the leg where the muscle must have broke off or something. I don't know, it has to repair itself, but obviously it didn't go to the hospital, not like that. Only shit houses go to the hospital. But I started going to physio not long after, when I could walk again, and the physio said if you didn't get physio here, I sort of saved your career, but I don't know, they say that, don't they? It's a way of keeping you coming back. I don't know, but that was a bad one, and that was a bad one emotionally as well. It was painful and it was emotional. Probably should have been the number one, the worst one, this, but it was bad on both fronts. Yeah, not every fighter's had this, and I hope they don't put a broken jaw. I fought for the world title, I think it was 2015, got a broken jaw. And what came with the broken jaw, I didn't expect at all. It would just be a broken jaw, because you see the likes of Muhammad Ali saying I had a broken jaw, fought onto a broken jaw against Henry Cooper. And some fighters say he has a broken jaw. Some fighters get out of the ring, they don't know he has a broken jaw. But I knew I had a broken jaw. Not only did I know I had a broken jaw, I had something else as well, because it was scary what happened to me when the jaw was hanging off. Just dangling in my skin. I spoke about this many times before. A shooting pain went up between my eyes. It was like a lecky bolt. And the fear that went through me when that happened to me, I couldn't explain it, but I was also quite embarrassed to talk about it, because no fighter wants to talk like that, do they? And it's quite negative, and it's shithousery to be talking about stuff like that. So it didn't, but I spoke not long ago to me mate Gary Thornhill, and Gary Thornhill said he had something similar, and he got hit, and he got a lecky bolt down him, and it got me thinking. You see, like remember it was Daniel Dubois, he fought Joe Joyce, and he had the, I think it was a cheekbone injury, and obviously I've never spoken to him about it or not like that, but it'd be interesting to know if when people were saying to him, get a shit out and stuff like that, in a fight you feel no adrenaline, you feel no pain because of the adrenaline, and it'd be interesting to know if he got the same feeling, like a lecky bolt, a shock down you, because it is quite scary, because it's not something that you've ever felt before. It actually does feel like a lecky shock, but it's coming from inside you. Mine went from inside my head up to like behind my eyeball. I was thinking, where's that? What's going on there? Obviously, my coach pulled me out. I didn't tell no one about it. My coach pulled me out. But whilst I was fighting, I was thinking, I need a big shot here, because this is worrying. That was my thoughts. I need a big shot. But yeah, that was my number two. The worst one, right? People will never even understand like this unless they was a fighter or a sportsman or something like that, or they hate to lose. The worst pain you can have in boxing is not physical, it's losing. The pain of losing is worse than the good feeling you get. It overrides the goodness of winning. The pain of losing drives you more than the thought of winning, if that makes sense. In the end, when you become so far down your career, the pain of losing, it's so painful. So when you win a fight and you've got stitches, or you've got like coggies, big bruises, your eyes are closed over, your hands are broken, your ribs are sore, or what have you, you go home, and when you're with your family, you laugh, you giggle through the pain, because you think, oh, look at the state of me this morning, but at least we won. You don't mind it at all. But when you go home with these injuries, I fought for the world title, and got busted up bad. I got a head clash early on in the fight, and that cut opened a little bit more, and then the cut opened a bit more, and the fella I was fighting, he was wearing a pair of flies. They got banned not long after, and I know why they got banned, because I could feel a knuckle through the gloves. It was like there was nothing in them at all. I could feel a knuckle and everything I got it with, and the eye got worse and worse and worse, and the eye closed, so I had one eye then. And the depth perception in the fight, I thrown a shot which I was sure I landed, and it must have missed. I don't know how much it missed by, because like I say, the depth perception, when you haven't got two eyes, you can't see normal. It's hard to just try it. Even if you're driving, you don't want to be driving with one eye, because your depth perception, you don't know how far or how close you are from the car in front. Just like now, I was about to crash now, get ready for this. So then, because I had one eye, I was getting it with everything, and I could feel knuckles, and the other eye went, and in the end I was blind. It was like I was squinting to see him. I was trying to feel where he was, and I was getting a bit of a beating. And the next day anyway, when I went home, I was trying to make the most of it, but I drove home, like I was driving home like that, and we drove home from Essex all the way back to Liverpool. Must have been a four-hour drive or something like that, but maybe more. And then it was just painful, you know what I mean? Just losing. It's sad, dark, the loss, not the eyes, the pain, the stitches. They was like, they didn't hurt. You don't even feel that stuff. But the pain of losing, I can't explain to people. If you are a young fighter and you've got your own, I see why they protect it, because financially it needs protecting. I understand that. I don't think it benefits boxing to be like that, but I understand why they do it, to build fighters. And people say, wow, this fella can't be beaten, who's going to beat this fella next, and we're getting the big fights and stuff like that, blah blah blah. But it either helps you as a fighter to lose your own, because there's no pressure and you can come back from a loss and you can get better, likes of me. That's how I've always worked. Or it can destroy you. You see loads of fighters to get beat, and I see some fighters sometimes in the gym and say, he's got one loss in him. Yeah, he might be good, he might look great in the gym, and he might be flashy, he might be arrogant, but I know him. I know what type of fighter he is. He's only got one loss in him. And you have to sort of be around boxing for a long time to know these people, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can get it wrong because initially you judge them on as cockiness and stuff like that, but some fighters are like that. They've only got one O in them, because the pain of a loss, it's heartbreaking. Because not only do you lose you don't just think of this as your say you're a property developer, you've got a fleet of properties, and you don't lose one mortgage on them all, you lost them all. But not only with that, you didn't lose your properties and your financial income. Now you've lost the contacts as well. They've gone with it because the contacts don't want to know, because they've heard your business is gone. And then anyone who was renting your properties, they've heard about it, they don't want to know now. So that's what it's like. It's not only do you lose the fight, you lose everything. You get all the glory, but you get all the shit too. So it's like that when you lose sometimes. It's just the way it is. It's not personal, but it is painful. So that was a bit of a dark session, where it got a bit dark there. You only came on to see me talk about me getting my broken jaw once again, didn't you? And you ended up fucking sobbing your eyes out thinking about losing, and you're not even a professional fighter, and you can just feel how bad it is when that time Jazz was telling everyone about losing. But anyway, I'm going to I'm going to kill myself. You have I don't know if you can say that on YouTube. It's a bit sensitive and woke these days. Another episode's coming, by the way, on these woke people, because they burn my cap out. So you have a lovely day, family. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I don't know why they do it, but people say it's for the algorithm below. So you have a lovely day.